wonderful, wonderful round of applause for the very, very lovely Erin O'Donnell.
Dennis is laughing already. I haven't even said anything. So I am Erin O'Donnell. I am one of 6 children, and yes, we all talk this quickly. The good news is Frankie's Bloom has agreed to put subtitles on. They should be showing up shortly. So you put my entire family together. There are 25 of us. It's like an auctioneer's convention. Really never heard anything like it. We have found in our family gatherings that these in-laws have now started their own support group. You walk by them and they go very quiet. I think their goal is to find 12 jurors that won't convict him of murder. My brother-in-law, Chris, who's been with us the longest, almost 27 years. Chris, give it up for Chris. Chris refers to himself as the king of the in-laws because he hasn't returned my sister Maureen yet. Chris is now trying to break off a 20-year and over group. We'll have to let you know next year how that goes. So. But anyway, being part of a large Irish Catholic family, a lot of people, wonder what that's like, and I can tell you that you can be mad at half of them, and there's a whole other half to go. And the people that you're mad at today are who you call tomorrow when the other side is, pissed you off. So that's what you do. But anyway, as long as we're talking about family, being part of my family is a full-time position. My father has 39 man-made parts in him. And before I start this part of the show, Dad, are you feeling relatively good today before I make these jokes? Okay. So he was pretty excited because at 39 parts he thought he was winning the race, and he thought he had more than anyone else, and he was very upset to find out some lady had 48. But we told him that he was the best male, so that he's got that record going from. And anybody can have them all in like your heart, but he's got them all over his body, So he's got stents and wires and you name it, he's got it. Pacemakers, all sorts of fun stuff. Now, he likes to have life-threatening crisis before he does these things. But it's like the boy who cried wolf at this point. It doesn't even faze us. So if you know my family at all, you know that we bet on everything. And yes, we bet on this stuff too. So let me explain how this works. I swear we're not terrible people, but So when it first started in 1999, that was when he had his triple bypass. He actually retired the day he had his bypass. And as he's being wheeled into the operating room, he turned to me and he goes, "Wouldn't it be funny if I quit and died on the same day?" Yes. That's hilarious, Dad. When you wake up, I'm going to smack you upside the head for that. The reason I told you that is because, you see, at that point, they put in a valve, a plastic valve. He was then uninsurable. So for 5 years until Medicare kicked in, he had to pay himself. So we used to bet on what the hospital bills were going to be. Okay? It wasn't mean. He went after him too. Oh, let me tell you, in order to win the bet, he would get on the phone and fight them for their charges. Okay? And as he continued on, he started learning how to do this. So he started to bring his own markers. He brought his own medicine. He wouldn't let them, he just went after it. He wanted to win that. That's all there was to it. Now, after he got insured, it wasn't any more fun to bet on it. We then started betting on the timing. Now, whenever you go in for a procedure at Edwards Hospital, they tell you to get there at 6 a.m. Mr. O'Donnell, we need you here at 6 a.m., and you will be the first person wheeled in to the operating room. That is a lie. It's a terrible, terrible lie that we fall for every time. So we now bet on the starting time of operations. Window betting opens at 11 a.m. Place your bets. One time, we were all the way till, I think it was about 4:30. We'd gotten the orderlies, we had the nurses, we had all the other patients, we had everyone had placed their bet. And I swear to God, the surgeon walks in and said, "I understand you're taking bets for the start time?" Dr. Goodwin, you got to be kidding me. No, insider information. You're not going to bet. No, you have to go. phone call of the life's crisis, and you'll enjoy this. I received a phone call. It's 2:48 a.m. Cell phone rings. Erin, it's your mother. What? I can't be here by myself anymore. You have to come over here. Where are you? I'm at Edwards. We're in the emergency room, but they're bringing your dad up to the ICU. Now come over, okay? Oh, okay, Dad. Oh, Erin, you can't tell your father that I told you to come over. He didn't want me to call any of the kids, so hurry up, okay? Now, I know there's one police officer here. If there are any others, I apologize. I may or may not have followed the rules of the road to get over to Edwards Hospital. 8 minutes later, I was dressed and standing in the inside the ICU, and my father looks over and he goes, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, Dad, sometimes I can't sleep. So I get bored, and I come and see who's over at the ICU." He went with it. It's good. So, since most of you are friends of mine, I feel a need to unburden myself. I don't know anybody's name. I am so bad with names. It's terrible. I mean, it's really terrible. So the thing is, like, I can remember numbers. I actually dial people's phone numbers. Like, I can remember numbers. I just can't remember names. And I started a bad habit of calling everybody honey. Because originally it bought me a few seconds to figure out who I was talking to, you know? And now I call everybody honey. And there's some of you in the audience that have said, "I've known her for years. Surely she must know my name." And the name is just half of it. The other problem I have is, if I don't know where you're from, we have nothing to talk about. We're going to be talking about the weather until you cue in. Now, as long as I'm on the soap opera, if I could ask you, if I introduce you to my sister Maureen, it's not that I want you to meet my sister Maureen. I want you to give her name. Don't shake her hand and say, "Nice to meet you." We don't care about meeting you. We're trying to figure out who you are. Maureen doesn't care. We're just trying to go for the name. Please give us the name. Can't stand these people that don't give the name, you know? Give us your name. And if you could let me know where I know you from, that would be very helpful. Well, all right, I'll tell you this last story and then I'm going to go. But so last year, I got a new washer and dryer. Oh, God. I love my washer and dryer. It arrived. I was so excited. My brother Patrick came over and he happened to be there for something else. And I'm like, "Patrick, come and look at the washer and dryer." He looked at me and said, "I'm a guy, Erin. I don't care about the washer and dryer." I said, "Patrick, it's really pretty." He goes, "Yeah, Erin, I'm a guy. Don't care." I said, "Yeah, but come look anyway." So we go downstairs and I look, Patrick, look at the beautiful washer and dryer. And I'm standing right next to it. He looks at me and goes, "Erin, can you reach the bottom of the washer?" I'm 6 inches too short. This is true. By the way, I'm not making this up. Patrick gets on the text and sends a note to the family, and the next day I have 6 stools and 6 of those grabbers, right? Now, this was a good idea in theory, but let me explain to you the practice of what has happened. The stools do not help me be taller because all they do is make me have to fall into the machine more to get the stuff out. Now, sheets and towels are fine. I can get those. I can reach those. Socks, underwear, forget about it. Can't grab them. Now, the grabbers would be fine with somebody who doesn't have a problem with depth perception. But to me, it's like a large game of the claw. Remember that stupid game from when you were a kid? And you think you got it, and then it falls off at the end? So I have 2 choices. I have a large large extender from my vacuum cleaner that you clean shades with, that I stab and pull. That's how I do it. And sometimes I still can't reach everything, so I brace my leg up against the wall and I dig myself into the thing to pull it out. I only do laundry once a week. I'm the only person I know who has to bring their phone so I can call Surrey for help. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.